claw finger assembly consists of two parts. The first part was the claw finger that we created in the previous video. I've now created the claw gripper, and I started by creating a new part. I'm going to build that part based on the original part. We can see the claw gripper, and it's made of a softer rubber material so that it will grip the can more easily. It consists of work planes, extrusions, patterns, and fillets. Let's have a look at how I created that. I'm going into Edit. Now the visibility of the other part in the assembly is controlled through the Application Options, Display tab, and I've set the opaque value to 60%. By default it's 25, but just so you can see the part more easily, I've upped that number to 60. Let's move the end of part up and see how I modeled this part. I'm going to start by turning on the visibility of the first sketch that I created. And it's projected geometry from the original part. So I'm building this new part off the existing geometry, and if that other geometry on the first part changes, so will the second part. So you can see the extrusion, and I extruded it down to the top surface there. The next sketch that I built is actually on the underside, and these are the small pins that will hold this second part in place. There are a number of workflows you could use, but I just actually projected all of these circles. Didn't take very long. I then extruded them, and I extruded those pins to the bottom of the next surface down. So you can see that. That's the little surface right there. And when I rotate that, you can see the bottom of them just level with the other surface. The bottom part's the same, so I created a work plane and then mirrored that down. The next extrusion is the front part of the claw gripper. The sketch of that is built off of the first part. It's mostly lines and an arc, and I put one dimension of 0.250 on just to control that dimension. When I finish the sketch, you can see the finished extrusion. I need to cut out the right hand side. That's the area where the other components will be moving in and out, so there has to be clearance in that area. Again, I've created a sketch, projected some geometry. I have to add a couple of short lines there just to close up that sketch or profile. And now you can see the cut. So that's looking pretty good. Let me turn off the visibility of that sketch. I'm going to be turning on some more, so it'll get a little bit confusing. I added some fillets to those corners, and the fillets themselves are 0.05 inches. The next thing that I had to do was actually add just some cutouts. That's just to take away some of the material from those contacting surfaces on the grippers. So I created one extrusion and then a rectangular pattern and repeated that workflow at the other end as well. So the claw finger assembly is now complete.